All right, welcome back. So we just finished saving our document. We had grabbed about 12 or 13 clips from the NAS. We're working on a short 30 to 40 second promo piece. And now we're going to start to pull some of these clips together, grab little bits and pieces, and start telling our story. So let's go ahead and jump into Premiere and get going. Alright, so we're currently in assembly. Let's switch over to editing. Alright, so now we're in our editing space. Our project panel's been moved down here. We have effects controls up here, our program monitor, and our timeline. You can see there's nothing here for our timeline right now. So let's go ahead and come over to our project panel and create a new sequence. So we're going to come down here, say new item, sequence, and we're going to say digital SLR 24 frames a second, and let's give this a name. And we're going to call this our last name dash 30 second SEC promo. And it's actually a good habit to get into, start naming these things right away. And I'll show you when we get done with at the end. So click OK. And there you go, our 30 second promo. Excellent. Let's come back over to our footage, and we'll double click on our on our folder there to open that up. And let's take a look. So we've got this video clip here. If I double click on this, it opens up into the source panel up here, and we're going to look at the source panel quite a bit today. If I scrub through here, and we can just grab different pieces, like that's a good section right there. It's kind of fun. So let's start right there, right? And then I'm going to click my ins and outs. Now the shortcut is I and O for in and out. Or I could click these little icons right here, in and out, just like that. Okay. Now we can just drop this into our promos a couple different ways. If I grab this video here and bring it in, if this video had audio, it would bring audio and video, but I don't want that. If I had just the audio that I wanted, I could drag audio only, or I could drag video only. Or, so those are three different ways. Another thing I could do is just simply down here, I'll click overwrite. And you can see it just dropped in down there. Now if I had my first layer selected, it would have dropped where I needed it to on the first layer. Now let's zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to come down here to the right, and I'm going to grab this little circle, and I'm going to drag it to the left a little bit. Again, we wanted this to be 30 seconds to 40 seconds long. So one thing I like to do before I even really get started is come down to our timeline here. This is hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. Hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. So this is currently 3 seconds and 19 frames. That's where I'm at. But I want the max to say be 30 seconds. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to type in 30. I'm going to come over here and delete that, right? Delete that. Okay. So now it says 30 seconds. Can you see that? I'm going to put a marker there just by clicking this little button here or the letter M. There you go. So there's a marker. So I just want to hit that point. That's my end point for this video. Now let's take a look and see what we've got. We've got different clips here. Let's go with this one. That's kind of cool. So again, we'll set our ins and outs, I and O. And we'll come back over here. If I hold down the shift key, it will snap to the beginning or the end of my previous clip. I'm just going to drop that in like that. And I'll just keep doing that. Oh, that's actually a good spot to start with. So let's see here. If I click this, let's look at this clip. Yeah, I like that. That's a pretty cool place to start with. So let's click that. Like this. But I want this at the beginning. So if I bring this back to the beginning, what can I do? Well, if I click overwrite, it's going to write over and erase stuff that I've got here. But what if I did this button here, the insert key? Watch what happens. It kicked everything else to the right. it kicked everything else to the right. So I've got this video clip here, and then it goes boom and boom, right? So that's very helpful there. So if I want to organize things a little bit better. Let's see, what else do we have? This is kind of a fun clip. That would also be a good intro too. I like that. So I'm going to click out, in. You know, I like that sun flare right there. I'm going to make a change. So I'm going to grab the center of my in and out here, like those 3 vertical lines. Looks kind of like a hot dog, and I'm going to drag that to the right. So, in, out. Nice. Okay. I'm going to bring that here. And I'm just going to drop it. Again, I'm going to insert this. I think I actually might start with this clip instead. And I think I might actually end with this one. So I'm going to drag this clip up and over. Okay. Now, I still like this for my second clip. So I might actually click this dead space here and hit delete. And that's how I can bring everything over to the left. Let's insert some other footage here. So just go through and just start grabbing some different clips. In. Right, out. And this time I'm just going to drag and drop it. I think I might have this right there. And then we've got this clip here that hasn't been used yet. Definitely want to find some stable moments of these shots because that'll really help tell the story. And I'm going to bring that. I'm going to bring that one there. And now we've got our artist. Now we're going to kind of sprinkle our artist working throughout the project. Let's do this. Probably not the best shot, but we'll use it. We've got this guy here. It's a pretty good shot. Let's see, where should we put that? You know what? I might put that right there. So I'm going to select my second group and say overwrite. And you can see how it put it in the second group and overwrote the other footage. Now if I had it down below, I would have lost everything else. So I'm going to bring all of these and just kind of shift them over a little bit. And bring that one, shift it over a little bit. Okay? And this one, I know I want to end with it, so let's bring that way over there. We're getting close. We're getting there, right? And so now, let's see here. Our story says we're in city. We don't really see that, so we definitely need to move some of this stuff over. So I'm just holding shift and dragging to select my video clips. And I'm going to drag that over. So let's see here. City. She opens her eyes. We're traveling downtown. This guy's checking out the wall. And we've got like a skateboard thing going on. Another painting. He's still looking at the wall. We don't know what's going on. Right? And then alright, so then we'll take this clip and he's like shaking up his paint. He's getting ready to get started. Okay, so we're just again setting our ins and outs, dragging our video clips to where we need to, and then just kind of going to work, right? Finding the clips that we need. I probably won't use that one actually. Let's use this one. It's kind of cool. And just dragging them into place here. And then I'm kind of sloppy right now, but that's okay. You know, we'll clean this up in a second. Looks good there. And we'll go like that. I'm going to delete that section. And then alright, and then last but not least, I'm just going to find solid. Oh, he wasn't really stable with this shot, was he? Let's use that. Alright, there we go. And you may have to swap out a shot or two. So, okay. There we go. So now we've kind of got our 30-second clip rough cut, okay? And we can just drag all of this stuff down right now. So it's all on the same timeline. That'll help with our next step, okay? So go ahead and get your rough cut taken care of, and then we'll move on to the next section with adding some titles and then transitions. So I'll see you in the next group.